Hello, Ting Ting here, and let's begin our morning ritual to aid in digestion and get the metabolism going. So why don't we come starting on all fours, spreading the fingers wide, stacking the shoulders above the hands, and then the knees are stacked underneath the hips, taking the knees a little wider than hip width apart. Chin towards the chest to elongate the back of the neck, and find that neutral spine here. Let's take 3 deep breaths along the spine, breathing from the base all the way through the spine to the crown of the head, finding that length. And as you exhale, claim that space you've created. 2 more times here. Inhale from the base of the tailbone. We breathe the spine long, all the way up to the crown of the head, sensing each vertebrae expanding. And as you exhale, claim that space. Last time here, inhale, breathing length, back of the neck long, and exhale, claiming that space. And then from here, beginning to take your head into circles, allowing the rest of the rib cage, the chest, the pelvis to follow these spinal circles. Curling the tailbone under, pressing the floor away with the hands as you exhale. As you inhale, lifting the gaze. Smooth, full, rhythmic breaths. Observing and letting your breath lead the movement. There is no movement without the expression of our breath. So breathing deeply and fully in and out through the nose. This is the most effective way to bring oxygen into the body. And then let's circle the other way, taking the circle of the head in the other direction, letting the spine, the pelvis follow. And the more that you take the tailbone up as you drop the belly, the bigger the circle you'll get. And then the more you curl the tailbone under, press and spread the shoulder blades, you'll begin to expand the back body. Smooth, full, deep breaths. One more breath here. Very nice. Sinking back into a child's pose, letting the pelvis settle into the sacrum, and then spreading the fingers wide, dropping the head, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, let's roll up. And let's begin our first basic form movement called bathing in radiance. And we're visualizing the clarity of healing water underneath us to wash through the body. So what it'll look like first is I'll guide you. We'll slide down, diving head first. Inhale. It'll be a nice big back bend as we come into all fours. Exhale, press the floor away, sink back into an exhale into that child's pose. The inhale, we pull the energy up, pull it up, washing over the pelvis, heart, throat. It's really important to take the pelvis forward, lift up through the heart, chin into the chest, hands all the way back and around, palms face up. And as you exhale, bend the elbows, bend the wrists, flick the fingers, flicking any stagnation out and away. And this is excellent for our morning refresh. And then with the next inhale, we'll dive down again. So let's try this all together. Inhale, dive down. Lead with the top of the head. Drop the belly. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round. Curl the tailbone under, sink back, all the way back into a child's pose. As you inhale, pull the energy of healing water up. Rotate powerfully from the pelvis, washing it over the pelvis, heart, throat. Lift, deep breath into the sternum. Rotate the hands back and down and around, and as you exhale, flick the energy out and away, diving down once again. So the goal here is to continue to breathe in and out through the nose. Follow the rhythm and the dance of your breath, and allow the hands to be like magnets, pulling powerful, renewed energy through the body. Palms face up, and as you exhale, flicking any unclarity, any uncertainty out and away from the body. And as we begin and end this posture, this basic form, observing and witnessing how it can be a cyclical, smooth, current. So there's no ending, there's no beginning. It just is a continuous movement, and each time inviting yourself to find more and more mobility, deeper breath. And if you're sensitive on your knees, you can always grab extra padding, whether that's a blanket or a cushion. Inhale, rotate powerfully from the pelvis. Exhale, flicking stagnation out and away. Last time, letting it roll off like a dewdrop, rolling off the arms. Beautiful. Exhale, sinking back. Inhale, pull the energy up. Wash it powerfully over the pelvis, heart, throat. Exhale, flicking energy out and away. Last time here. Allowing the breath to lead the dance of the movement, feeling yourself powerfully pulling chi energy up through the front of the body, up through the heart, washing over the front body. And exhale, cleansing, clearing, exhale. From here, let's take the hands down, tuck the toes under, and step back into a downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, relax the neck. Light bend in the knees to tilt the pelvis up towards the sky. We're going into a movement called opening the lower gates, and this is powerfully going to allow the cleansing and clearing of the low body, as well as opening up the channels for the kidneys and the spleen to allow for better digestion. So from here, we'll come onto the balls of our feet, drop and take the knees out wide, toes point out, and then drop into a deep squat, allowing the weight of the body to sink into the pelvis. And wherever you are, you might be in a super deep squat. Maybe you need to modify and bring the hands closer together, and you might be up here. It doesn't necessarily matter as long as you take the chin into the chest to elongate the back of the neck. With the inhale, spread the shoulder blades, lift up high on the ball of the feet. You might bend the knees at first and paint a giant circle with the knees. As you exhale, plant the hand down and step back, coming into that squat once again. The inhale, come on high on the ball of the foot, bend the knee, take and paint a nice big circle all the way around with the knee as much as you can. As you exhale, come down into the deep squat. Exhale. Each time finding deeper breath. Inhaling open. Maybe you even straighten the legs if you like. Exhale, bend. Wherever you are, breathe into your pelvis. Send the energy, your awareness, and your breath into the lower body. Inhale, big opening. Spread the fingers wide. Exhale, dropping. A few more times here. Shoulders away from the ears, pressing the floor energetically away with the toes and the hands. Exhale, drop. And of course, if this is too much, you can always come down onto your knees and just go into a nice, gentle hip opener like this. We'll do this a few more times here. As we inhale, lift up. Exhaling. Inhaling. Deep breath all the way into the nooks and crannies of the inner groin. Exhaling, drop. One last time here. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, dropping. Sitting all the way back into a deep squat. Slowly coming up. And then as you come up, just allow yourself to stay in this deep squat. Maybe you take the elbows and take them underneath the inside of the thighs, pressing your palms together. Inhale, lift up, deep breath, lengthening the spine. Exhale, sinking down, grounding even deeper. Let's do 2 more breaths here. And it is so important to breathe space into the lower body. In Chinese medicine, this is our fire. This is kindling the fire of our digestion, of our metabolism. So the stronger fire we kindle through our breath, think of our breath as a billow, the stronger and more rooted we are to our passions, our ability to assimilate and digest not only food, but thoughts and new ideas. 1 more breath here. And as you exhale, plant the hands, step into a forward fold, bending the knees as much as you need to relax the navel and chest on the thighs. As you inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time, sipping the energy up. And exhale, rolling the shoulder blades up and back. Eyes closed, and just for a moment, witnessing the energy and the currents moving through the body. Let's just take a moment to witness that. This heightened awareness of your inner world. Very nice. And blinking the eyes open. All right, so let's really get that fire going with a cleansing breath technique called Dragon's Breath. So what the posture will look like is I take my hands on the inner seams of my thighs. I roll the flesh back with the heels of my hands, pressing the heels of my hands into the nook of my thigh where it meets the pelvis. Bend the elbows slightly so shoulders not in the ears. Pull the spine long. You're going to press really deeply into your thighs. Inhale. And then as you exhale, make a deep seated ha sound from the very back pit of the throat. Ha. As you fold forward, bend the knees as much as you need to. Release the hands, release the head. The inhale will drink your spine upright to stand. And then as you exhale, place the hands back where they were, roll the flesh of the inner thighs out once more, and then the exhale will be that deep-seated ha from the pit of your belly. And now the meditation, why it's called Dragon's Breath, is imagine your whole body is a beautiful dragon, whatever color appears before you. And as you exhale, feel your mouth expelling this beautiful fire from the pit of your belly, burning away anything stuck, anything heavy, anything stagnant, up and out of your body. Remember to keep the head and neck relaxed as you fold forward. Inhale, finding that length, that spinal expansion. And now close your eyes, exhale, folding forward. Letting yourself fully drape over your thighs as you fold forward. Let's do this a few more times. Eyes closed, gaze is internal. Inhale, breathing the spine long as you inhale. Exhaling, feeling the fire burning and letting everything fall out of the body as you fold forward. 2 more times with your own tide of breath. Follow the waves of breath. Inhaling here. Exhaling. Last time, drinking the energy up the spine. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, slowly coming up to stand. All the way up, rolling the shoulder blades up and back. One more check-in with the body. Deep, full breath and witnessing the currents of the body, the energies flowing through it. This sense of enlivenment, the cells are enlivened, and your heightened awareness of your inner world, the chi that flows through. Beautiful, blinking the eyes open. Let's finish off our morning digestive yang-based ritual with a movement called combing chi. And this requires us to truly engage our pelvis. So I'm going to break it down step by step. Watch me first, and then we'll go together. I take my feet wider than hip width apart. The outer edges of my feet are, if I were to have a mat, parallel to the edge of the mat. And let's just first try by bending one knee into the other knee. Almost like you're kind of skiing or skating down a lane. And as you do this, I want you to be very aware of the back body. So if you look at me from the side, I'm keeping my back nice and straight. Okay, it's very, very important. And the farther back you take your tailbone up and back towards the sky and hinge forward with the spine, the deeper the experience, more fire you're going to ignite for your metabolism. And as you do this, so if you notice that you're going like this, you're collapsing in your upper body and you aren't putting that strength, that foundation in the low body. So keep that spine really long. So we're going side to side here. And then from here, we'll take our hands and imagine we have these beautiful claws of a feline, whether that's a jaguar or a tiger or a lion. And as we do this, we'll bend, comb, and imagine you're energetically taking those claws, combing it through the body. And as you do so, you spin and come high on the back of that back foot open. Now watch my hands. As I exhale, hinge forward, palms face up, sweep the hands back, chin to the chest. I place my foot back down, inhale, other side. Inhale, I comb, rotate, high on the back, foot high on the lunge, palms face open, lift of the heart, shoulders away from the ears, and I'm taking the chest away from my knee. As I exhale, I hinge forward, sweep the hands back, nice long lunge, spin back on that flat edge of the foot, and then I repeat. Inhale, pull the energy up. Lift high, exhale. Sweep down, chin towards the chest, spine long. Inhale, now in adding your full powerful breath, in and out through the nose, exhale. Inhale, comb that energy. Your hands are energized. You're engaging your whole body. Exhale, sweeping that energy back. Smooth, full, deep breaths, and imagine this power that you have, the energy of the feline combing all that heaviness, all that stickiness up and out of the body to be transformed as you exhale. Sweep the hands back, nice and low. From the bottom up, we fuel the foundation, strength in our low body. And then from the upper body, we allow ourselves to be fluid, to move and bend with the elements. Beautiful. A few more times here. Smooth, full, deep breaths. And really seeing how much control you can have, how much more can you take the hands up and back, how much more can you lift your heart, how much more can you get engaged with the legs, back of the neck long, and feel the power of combing chi. Let's do this one more time on each side. Beautiful. As you inhale, comb up to center. Inhale, and then as you exhale, sweep the hands around. Clench into a strong fist, bend and squeeze in. Bend the knees, shoulders away from the ears. Take 3 deep breaths in this power stance, inhaling from the bottom up. Exhaling out through the mouth. Inhale deeply. Exhaling. Last time, inhale. Exhaling, and press the energy down. Step the feet together. Take the hands, and let's work in our clockwise circles. So moving the hands from the right side of the body to the left side of the body. Smooth, deep breaths, circulating this digestion, getting the metabolism ignited, feeling the heat that you've created with the body through your breath, through your movements. Ready to start the day, ready to be enlivened, empowered, in presence, grounded, energized with clarity and in integrity. Feel the swirling sensation around the belly. One more deep breath here. Very nice. And then letting yourself brush anything else off, just ready to start the day. Shaking out your hands, shaking out your feet. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope this is the perfect start to your day, and I'll see you in the next class.